Secretary Pompeo concluded a successful four-stop diplomatic tour this past week, with visits to Argentina, Ecuador, Mexico, and El Salvador. During this five-day trip, the Secretary achieved many diplomatic wins for the United States. He co-chaired the second Western Hemisphere Counterterrorism Ministerial from July 18th to 19th in Buenos Aires, Argentina. During the ministerial, the Secretary announced that the U.S. Department of the Treasury has designated Rauf Salman as a specially designated global terrorist, denying him access to the U.S. financial system. The State Department also announced a reward of up to $7 million for information leading to his identification or location. During the ministerial, Argentina designated Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, making it the first country in Latin America to do so, and completing a diplomatic effort that was years in the making. Also in Buenos Aires, the United States, Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay launched a new security initiative to address the terrorist and transnational crime threats in the region. The first meeting will take place in Paraguay before the end of the year. In his meeting with President Macri and Foreign Minister Faure, the U.S. Secretary reiterated the administration's support for President Macri's economic agenda and recognized the tough choices needed to put Argentina's economy on a sustainable path. This comes on the heels of U.S. support for the largest IMF plan in history and bringing OPEC back to Argentina for the first time in 15 years. Secretary Pompeo then traveled to Guayaquil on July 20th, where he strengthened our bilateral relationship with Ecuador. In the past year, we have restored security cooperation with Ecuador, brought U.S. aid back, signed an OPEC mortgage guarantee of $150 million, and supported President Moreno's economic reform agenda with IMF and multilateral backing. The following day, Secretary Pompeo headed to Mexico City to meet with Foreign Secretary Ebrard. They continued our country's important dialogue on a wide range of issues, including trade and immigration. While in Mexico, the Secretary discussed the importance of ratifying the USMCA to promote economic growth and prosperity on both sides of our border. Building on our shared commitments to addressing illegal immigration as jointly announced last December and in June, our cooperation with Mexico is delivering positive results in solving this humanitarian crisis. In San Salvador, on July 21st, Secretary Pompeo finalized a 5-year lease agreement with El Salvador to continue counter-narcotics cooperation and interdiction at the Comalapa Cooperative Security Location. The Secretary and Salvadorian President Bukele expressed a shared commitment to strengthening regional security. The Secretary reiterated his support for the new direction President Bukele is taking El Salvador, including a strong commitment to reducing illegal immigration by improving conditions and opportunities for the people of El Salvador. The visit was the first visit by a Secretary of State to El Salvador in 10 years, and the first to Ecuador in 9. As Secretary Pompeo said, America proves our commitment to the Western Hemisphere by showing up, and we will continue to be here and continue to show up to advance our shared interests.